Hello, I'm John Proxy on channel John on the West.
Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin!
I'm having a Danganronpa 2. Goodbye, despair, adventure. And as you've heard,
a body has been discovered!
ooh, 2 bodies have been discovered. Oh my word! Okay. Because I wasn't sure. I thought she'd survived. She's dead. Is Ibuki dead? Who else is dead? Who? Who? Hang on. Why are you going through it twice?
Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin!
Maybe it's because we don't know who that dead body is? Ah, it's mean killing 2 people off at once. A mean game. Oh, sorry, I missed what that said. 2 body discovery announcements in a row. That means the hanged body with a hemp bag on its head. I mean, that looks like... Oh, I assumed it was a girl, but... I assumed it was Ibuki, but... Hang on. Hayoko's suspended body. Yeah. Both of these bodies have been discovered at the same time. Let's move my cursor off the screen. Okay. Oh yeah, why I briefly thought it might have been Mikan, even though we came here with Mikan. Oh, what is this?
What?
Yoko, and who the hell's that other one wearing the hemp bag?
Could it be?
2 victims? But when I was here earlier, I didn't see Hyoko's body. I only saw that hanged body over there. Not even 10 minutes passed, but still. Why? What is this? Impossible! 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 It's impossible for killings to happen on this island!
Shut the hell up!
Shut up, idiot!
This is just...
For now, we should lower that person wearing the hemp bag to the ground. Leaving it like that is just too sad.
Yes!
Okay, so I'm gonna say some thoughts. One, I did actually... I got a prediction wrong, which was I was sure there was going to be a death in the hospital. And for some reason, I tied that to the fact that we walk around. But there's baton controls, and that's clearly relevant to the case. I've got some other thoughts, because it's been a day since I recorded the last episode, and I've had a lot of thoughts. But what about preserving the scene of the crime?
Damn it!
Who the fucking cares about that? There's a control panel for the baton lighting on the wing of the stage. You can lower the body with that. That one. Fuyuhiko ran to the wing of the stage and pressed a button on the control panel. With a motorized sound like a growl of a starving beast, the baton lighting slowly descended. When it descended enough for us to reach it, we all worked together to lower the body. Now I'm gonna take off the hemp bag, okay? I'm gonna move my face. No, but she hadn't really done anything. Oh, at least she was featured in a story. Even though I expected it, I didn't want to confront that reality. Under the hemp bag, there was no denying the face I saw belonged to Ibuki.
Damn it!
It's all my fault. If only I did a better job watching over Ibuki. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. No. 2 people died and neither of them were my predictions. Sorry, I just clunked a bunch of stuff. You're wrong, it's not your fault, Mikan. No matter how we feel, the one at fault is...
What's the matter?
Jeez, it feels like somebody died in here or something.
Hey!
So you finally showed up, the root of all evil.
What the heck?
How dare you call your big brother the root of all evil? I even went to the trouble of bringing everyone for you. Bringing everyone?
Ah! Are you kidding me?
What the hell is going on here? Ibuki
Impossible!
and Hiyoko.
What?
So 2 people have been killed. He is one of my suspects. It's a really weird idea, but Hiyoko spent the entire game like crushing Mr. Ants and crabs, and he really likes animals, doesn't he? It's a really kind of... It doesn't really make that much sense though. But my other main idea...
What?
Whoa there, that's not all. I've also summoned the others who are at the hospital. The others.
This is troubling.
Looks like another serious incident occurred while I was unaware.
Damn it!
I can't believe they did such a horrible thing. Nagato, Akane, are you okay?
Huh?
Of course. What do you mean, of course?
No way!
Are you talking about the despair disease? Jeez, you guys, that stuff is totally over now. Right, one of the ideas I had was that there was never a disease that they were hypnotized if they went to see the movie. Because we know Nagato did go see a really boring movie. Maybe it wasn't boring. Maybe he just thought it was boring because he was told that. And so there was never any risk of anyone being contaminated. That's my first idea. My second idea was they did keep reinforcing an idea on us. If you go over the old footage, Hiyoko says to Akane, when you meet Hiyoko outside, I can't remember the exact line, but it's, oh, damn it. You meet Hiyoko outside of the motel, and she says, oh yeah, Akane's in there. Why is that? Well, there's an old phrase that says, you can make an idiot useful by telling it what to do. Which sort of tells you that she would use, let's say, a robot version of Ibuki. So I think Hiyoko might be the murderer. I don't know why she'd commit suicide though. Because it would be a murder-suicide. Unless 2 people did it. But then we're running out of people really fast. Anyway, let's continue.
Hey!
Over? Yeah, because I got bored.
That's...
For that silly reason. And now the killing has started. There's no need to keep that motive around anymore. Yeah, that despair disease is gone now, so you don't have to worry about it anymore.
What'd you say?
What the heck? That's impossible. How can you spread a disease and cure it so easily?
Phew!
Who cares about the itty-bitty details? What matters is it's already been cured. So let's get back to our main topic and proceed as usual. I had a couple other thoughts, but I've forgotten them now.
It's the Monokuma file!
Yay! Because it would have been very easy for somebody to just tell Ibuki to kill herself and she would have just followed orders because she's gullible. So Ibuki might... If Hiyoko told Ibuki that, then she would have volunteered to stand there while she got wrapped up and murdered. I don't know why she'd do that. Maybe she felt guilty. I don't know why she'd kill Ibuki unless... oh, yes. Unless she had the disease as well and we didn't know about it.
See ya later!
I'll be waiting at the class trial. Do your best to investigate.
This
Again,
cannot be!
we have to do this again.
Silence.
We have no choice. I didn't think Ibuki was going to die for the oddest of reasons, which was we hadn't really seen much fan service of her, and I'd sort of decided, oh, all the girls are the fan service in this game because of the setting. And she was prominently featured in the scene, though. We have no choice. Like last time, if this means one of us killed these two,
Let me tell you
then we
this.
cannot let this be. Why do we have to do this?
Damn it.
The other thing I want to remind you, because I know it's relevant, I know it is, and I've rewatched that footage as well. When Hiyoko puts up the shrine, everyone goes, "Oh my god, it's ghastly, it's ghastly, it's ghastly." And then Chiaki says... Damn it, I've forgotten what she says. I was going to write it down and I didn't. Appearances can be deceiving. You need to look past the appearances and look at the intent. Right? Look past appearances and look at the intent. And that is obviously going to be echoed at the end of this thing. They've done it every single time they do this now. They've been doing it since like the second murder. Thinking like this won't do anything. We have to do this.
Damn it!
If we don't do anything, we'll all be executed. She did get beaten though, Ibuki, in like...
What do you yearn for?
Abandon your overdependence and complaints. This instance, those have no place in this world. But what about Nekomaru? What's going to happen to him? Is he not going to participate this time? Is that even allowed? She actually upset this time. Sorry. It's not funny, but it's the same cry, and that's really funny that they keep using the same one. Huh?
That's weird.
That's strange. I'm crying. What happened to me? Looks like lingering after effects of the despair disease. It's nothing for you to worry about.
Hey.
Are you okay?
Yep.
Fortunately, it seems like I have nothing to worry about.
This is bad.
Since you had the liar's disease, your after effects could be lies, maybe.
Leave it to me!
Please leave Nekomaru to me. Everyone must focus on investigating, so I must do my very best.
Alrighties!
I will definitely bring back Nekomaru and win everyone's trust. It seems we should leave Nekomaru to Monami. What about guarding this area? Do we still need it?
Damn it.
I'll stay. I still don't feel good yet. It's better if I stay here too, right? I should perform the autopsy again.
Damn right.
Then I'll leave that to you. Then let's get started, so we can end this nightmare for good. That's right. We need to end this. We need to finish this once and for all. I know there's no way we can believe that one of us did this, but for those two's sake, we need to find the truth. And then we need to end this nightmare once and for all. Okay.
Huh?
Like, I've been putting up with this for a while.
Hey!
But why is it so damn hot in here? I hate being hot. It's because your clothes are so smothering. I seriously can't stand it. I'll let you guys investigate this place. So Kazuchi left the music venue under a cloud of grumbling complaints. But is it really hot? In fact, it's swelteringly hot. Why is it this hot? No, before that, I need to check the Monokuma file first. Okay. There were two victims this time, Ibuki Mayoda and Hiyoko Sayonji. Ibuki Mayoda's cause of death was a crushed windpipe as a result of choking. There were no external injuries. Hiyoko Sayonji's cause of death was blood loss due to her throat being slit by a sharp-edged tool. It appears her death was instant. Or from a slit throat. You'd bleed out, wouldn't you, and suffocate. You wouldn't suffocate, sorry, you've got to open, isn't it? You'd bleed out, though. I don't know enough about... What the? Is this it? I already knew the cause of death from the beginning, so this isn't going to be a useful clue. No, that she died instantly. It's strange. Why did the killer kill two people? Huh? I mean, the more people you kill, the more clues you'll leave, right? So, I don't think it's really necessary to kill two people and take that kind of risk. I agree with that. Or was there a reason they had to kill two people? A reason for killing two people? Regardless, something like this shouldn't be forgiven, so... Yeah, I was thinking... because of the animal skulls, which is why I was thinking Gundam. Something like this shouldn't be forgiven, so
I'll definitely find out.
I'll definitely find out the truth behind this case.
I think.
That's what I think. Seriously, I'd really prefer it if she had a more confident-sounding catchphrase.
Something like this.
It has happened once again. 2 of my cherished friends died at the same time. I cannot believe it.
How cruel.
This is the place where Ibuki-san sang for Fuyuhiko. Hiyoko looked like she was having so much fun listening to her music. I know those 2 are no longer here. Ah, such a tragedy. I understand how you feel, but please get a hold of yourself. 2 of our friends were killed. That's all the more reason we can't leave this alone, right?
So just as I thought.
We must do this then, for the sake of the 2 who have fallen. If only I'd noticed sooner, Ibuki might have been saved. Hey, when did you realize Ibuki was missing? After leaving Nagato's room, I went to the on-call room, and that's when it came to me that I should check on how everyone in the hospital is doing one more time before I go to sleep. And so I went to the patient rooms and noticed that Ibuki was gone. So I quickly ran out of the hospital. So that's what happened. And then I saw Fuyuhiko in the front of the hospital, so I asked him if he could help me look for Ibuki. That reminds me, where were you? I thought you were resting in the lobby. That is a long story. I'm sorry. It's not like I doubt you or anything, Baka. There's no way I doubt you, because we've been together since this morning. You're right. We were together until you went to the on-call room. That's right. We were together until just a little before the morning Monokuma announcement. So I don't doubt you. I'm telling the truth. Is it alright if I continue with my autopsy? If you talk to me again later, I'll tell you what I know. So please, spare my life at least. What happened to not doubting me? Truth bullet. No, I'll have a look at it later. I was going to look into the pet though. Okay, so I've actually just looked this up, and if it hits 10 to spare, it'll die. I've also figured out what I'm supposed to do. It doesn't really do much, but I'm just going to leave it. The shattered remains of the machine are spread all over the floor.
I see.
This appears to be the surveillance camera unit.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
Kazuchi put it in the music venue for communication purposes. Huh. Why was it destroyed like this? Perhaps criminal psychology is at play here. What do you mean?
Well?
Even if they know what they are not being recorded, there's no way the killer would tolerate committing a murder in front of a camera.
Fine.
There's cameras all over the place. So that's why they destroyed the camera. Huh. Seems plausible enough. They'd hesitate to murder someone in front of a camera, and that's why the killer destroyed this. Then what was that thing I saw? Surveillance camera unit has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Right, so the hemp bag, the reason I thought about it is because the hemp bag was in the cinema. I can't remember where I saw the rope. Probably in... yeah. It's the rope that was tied to the baton lighting on the ceiling. Ibuki hanged herself with this rope and died. From what I can tell, it looks like a regular length of rope with no unnatural features. But despite the fact this music venue has a storage room, there shouldn't have been any rope in there. Which means it was obtained from the supermarket. Did the killer bring it from here? From there? That means anybody could have obtained this rope, and it means it would be difficult to use this as a clue. I wonder if that's true. Huh? I just noticed a little something. Is it okay if I confirm it?
Hey!
Excuse me, Mikan, do you have a moment? What happened? There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right? Yes. She had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself.
I see.
I see. So Ibuki died by hanging herself. That was obvious from the moment we discovered the body. You might not have seen it, but we all saw that she hanged herself. You're right, yep, I got it. So this rope won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search another place. Jeez, as usual, I have no idea what he's up to. Rope used for hanging. It's been added to the triplets. The only reason for the hemp bag is to disguise who hanged themselves. Which implies that the time's wrong. I got it. There are two step ladders, yeah? It's a hemp bag, and Nagato saw somebody hang themselves. So, think about this. Ibuki was long dead. I think. Ibuki didn't die when Nagato... Hang on, not Nagato. What's his name? Hajime. When Hajime saw the footage, that was the murderer, not Ibuki. It was someone else wearing that bag. Okay. Ibuki had a hemp bag on her head, was hanging from the ceiling. But why did she have a hemp bag on her head? Wait, huh? That hemp bag, upon further inspection, is a monomy decal on the fabric. Looks like this isn't just a normal bag. Ibuki's body lay atop the stage. She was wearing the hospital gown she was wearing when she was sick. What's this on Ibuki's feet? I didn't notice when she was hanging, but the soles of her feet are dirty. It's blood, right? There shouldn't be any external injuries on Ibuki if that's the case. This blood belongs to someone else, but there's only ever one person who's bleeding, right? Blood on the soles has been added to the triplet section of the handbook. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why the murderer needed to kill two people. It would have been really easy to just tell Ibuki to kill herself, and then you've got a murder.
Damn right.
Hey Hajime, can I talk to you for a second? You already discovered the body before you met up with us, right? Yeah, at first I didn't know it was Ibuki because of the hemp bag though. So that's really sad. That image, like, most of the murders are sort of cartoonish, and I've done something about hanging which is a little bit too real for me. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time with this one. But I guess it's because you can't hide it with fake blood or anything. That pink sort of makes it less harsh, doesn't it? But, yeah. I knew right away she was dead since she was hanging from the rope.
Like...
Which means Ibuki must have died before Hyoke was tied up.
Well...
That helps. There's no time of death written in Monokuma Father's time. So I wasn't really sure who died first. Well, yeah. And now I know that's wrong, because they've just given us that assumption. There's a show, I've forgotten its name, it's not going to help, but it's a murder mystery show, and it's about a murder mystery author working with a policewoman. I've forgotten what it's called. It's really famous. It's got the dude from Buffy the Vampire Slayer in it. It's got the dude from Serenity in it, from Firefly. And one of the episodes starts, and it's a really weird start to the episode. So the gimmick of the show is he's good at solving mysteries because he's a murder mystery author and he can use that knowledge to help him. But they go into a room and they go, okay, he was shot. He's a drug dealer. He was obviously shot for his stuff. And they walk outside and they go, this is the landlady. She was obviously saw the scene of the crime, was shot afterwards. And watching the show, having seen a few mysteries, I've gone, that's weird. They don't normally do that. which means the murder was the other way around. That she was murdered, and he was used to cover it up. And I was correct. And as soon as I knew that, she wasn't a landlady, she was one of the tenants. As soon as I knew that, we saw the landlord, and he said, "Oh yeah, she's lovely." And I was like, "Yeah, cool, he's the murderer." And I knew within 3 minutes. The point is, that I'm trying to make is, I solved it because of the way they presented the information. I solved it immediately, because the show hadn't done a good enough job at hiding that lie. And they just did it here. They just had a dude going, "Well, that's the order of the murders." No, it wasn't. I now know. But she died second. Maybe. But I know when Ibuki died because I personally saw it. Yeah, you didn't. You saw someone pretending to be Ibuki. In that video, Ibuki was climbing the stepladder on her own. So right after that... Yeah, look at that. You can't even tell where it is. Second stepladder, see? Second rope as well, I imagine. Right after that... Wait, hold on. If Ibuki climbed that stepladder and died right afterward, does that mean she committed suicide? No, that's impossible, because even if Ibuki committed suicide, it doesn't explain Hyoko's death afterwards. 2 different deaths happened at the same time. There's no way that's a coincidence. It will let me look at the curtain. It's funny that. There's a black curtain hanging. I know where the second black curtain is! It's in the conference room! That's where the fake was. Oh. There's a black curtain hanging at the far side of the stage. This curtain, it's not wide enough. It can't reach from one edge of the stage to the other.
Huh?
It's not really a full-length curtain. This curtain wasn't originally here, right? If it was, it's strange that it doesn't fit properly. It was probably obtained from the furniture section of the supermarket. See? The back of the curtain is taped for temporary use, just like the curtain at the supermarket. So you're saying someone took the time to actually bring that curtain from the supermarket?
So...
If they really went that far, there's probably something that the killer really needed for this crime. Why did they need it? Because I figured it out already! Haha! I'm way ahead of you this time. Who knows? Well, it wouldn't be a mystery if the answers came easy. It did come easy! Music venue curtain has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. The fake suicide... happened somewhere else. Okay. Stepladder. The stepladder is tipped over on its side. This must be the stepladder. No, there's no blood on that one. That Ibuki used in the video I saw. Isn't that a blood stain?
See?
Look, there's blood around the left side of the stepladder. As I recall, Ibuki didn't have any external injuries, so if that's the case, then it must have been Hyoko's blood.
Yep.
That's the only thing I can think of. A bloodstain that probably belongs to Hyoko is on the left side of the stepladder. What does it mean? Stepladder has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. I still don't know who done it, but I do know some of the things they had to have done. What's up with this candle? There's a massive candle positioned near the front of the stage. The dull light in the video must have been coming from this candle. A candle this huge would have been perfect for lighting, but they didn't need to bother using a candle. They could have just used the normal stage lighting. No, they couldn't. Because they couldn't fake the stage lighting. Hyoko's body... I know I said I wanted her to die first, but it's actually still really sad. Hyoko's body is suspended against the pillow on the side of the stage. Also, I actually kind of found her quite funny. She wrapped against the pillow with the duct tape, and she looks like she was forced to stand upright. Damn it! Who did this? According to the Monokuma file, the her cause of death was a slit throat. Her neck looks like it stopped bleeding, probably because of the duct tape wrapped around it. But why is Hyoko's kimono like this? Her kimono is all disheveled. Also, her sash is tied up in the front. See, this makes me think she committed suicide. That. How the timeline of events would be weird. She would have to fake. No, the mirror. Okay. It's the mirror, isn't it? What she did, what I'm positing is that she is in the hospital, in the conference room. She pretends to hang herself. She waits for somebody to answer the phone, right? No, hang on. The timing would have had to be... Oh, no. Yeah, for her to be long dead. I'll come back to that idea. The only reason I'm thinking is that if she changed into a hospital gown to fake the video. Didn't the killer do this too? But when did the killer kill Hyoko? I'm saying Hyoko was already dead. But that is a trick of the mirror. I don't know how that's a trick of the mirror. But the mirror is important. When I first discovered Ibuki's body, I didn't see Hyoko's body there. In that case, Hyoko was killed. It must have been during the time I was getting everyone before I came back here. But that was barely 10 minutes. Is it really possible the killer killed Hyoko and tipped her up in such a short amount of time? Okay, so no, it's got to be the mirror. She has to be already dead. Which means she can't have killed. She can't be the killer. It can't have been suicide, right? Because she can't have been in the conference room pretending to kill herself, then ran here before I got here. He sprinted. Hajime sprinted like from the hospital to here. They must have been both already dead. Bob, I'm still saying that Ibuki was killed Hyoko, right? But who ordered her to do it? Even if it was possible, whoever did it would have had a narrow window of time to do so, because the killer must be someone who doesn't have an alibi during that time, right?
Hey!
Oh no, that means it's someone who does have an alibi during that time. Hey Hajime, do you have a minute? No, you're in the way.
Now.
I don't wish to be in your way at all, but there's something I really need your help with. Help?
Actually...
If you look closely, there's an unnatural shape bulging from inside Hyoko's kimono. So I was thinking she might be hiding something. Wait, hold on. Don't tell me you want me to search inside Hyoko's kimono.
Huh?
That's exactly it.
Why?
Well, it would have been a problem if she were alive, but she's dead now, you know? Don't mess with me. Are you saying there's no problem with that now that she's dead? Fine, if you don't want to do it, I'll just have to ask someone else.
Hey!
Okane!
Yo!
What's up?
Hey.
There's something I want you to do for me. Looks like there's something hiding inside Hyoko's kimono. Could you feel around that for me?
What?
I don't really understand, but I just gotta check Hyoko's kimono, right?
Thanks.
Thank you, Akane. Helping each other is such a wonderful thing.
Now then.
Let's see. Akane reached through the duct tape binding Hyoko as she stuck her hand inside the kimono.
That's weird.
She's tied up so tight, I can't really reach with my hand. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Yo!
There's something. Is this what you were looking for? Is this a key?
Perhaps.
It looks different than the key to the cottage, so this may be the key to her motel room. The key to a motel room, huh?
But
If a key was so deep inside her kimono that it'd be hard to remove, and it's very unlikely the killer tampered with this evidence.
isn't that right?
Because if this were a trap, they would have put it somewhere more towards the front of the kimono so we'd notice it earlier. Yeah, unless it was you. Which means we can conclude this is something Hiyoko had with her all along. I think that's more for establishing where she was at certain times. Hotel room key has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
Also, it's not like I'm adding to that or anything, but you look like you were curious about the condition of Hiyoko's body, right, Hajime? Of course, that's why I'm investigating. It's true, there are several mysteries regarding her body.
well,
Just hear me out for a second. Out of all of those mysteries, what I think is the strangest is
see?
the way they wrapped her body with the duct tape. It's almost like they were trying to hide the wound on Hiyoko's neck, don't you think? Hide the wound on her neck. I don't really know if that was their true intention, but I guess it's a big help for our investigation. I don't know why yet. The reason for the low volume of blood is because the duct tape is acting as a compress, right? If her body was left alone after the throat was slit, the surrounding area would be a sea of blood. A sea of blood, huh? Two dead bodies floating in a sea of blood. That's enough to make anyone faint. Yeah, so when did she step in the blood? I want the blood! Sorry. Yeah, sorry, it's all stopping. With her arms crossed and a thoughtful look on her face, Jackie was silently staring at the stage floor. Did something drop on the floor there? Nothing dropped, it's just dirty. Dirty?
Hey, hey!
See? Take a close look at the floor.
See?
If you look closely... You're right, there's a smudge as if something was wiped off. Wait, that isn't something. Is that a blood stain?
Yep.
Well, a blood stain isn't strange. Hiyoko's neck was slashed not far from here.
But still.
Rather, what's strange is why the killer tried to hide it. Hide it?
So...
If they weren't trying to hide it, they wouldn't have bothered wiping it off. It makes me think that Ibuki did it, but was given a really strange instruction, and that she did it to the letter. The reason the killer wiped off the bloodstain. As long as the body is nearby, there's no way they'd be able to conceal the crime by wiping off a bloodstain. So what was the killer trying to hide? Smudge on the floor has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. I guess it was trying to hide... It would have been in shot, maybe? And for the fake... What am I missing? The temperature. Looks like this is the music venue's AC unit. That's right. You might be able to adjust the hot air in the music venue with this. Alright, I should be messing around with it a little like so. It's running as a heater, over 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I know why it's so damn hot. I better turn off the heater now. Let's cool things off a little. AC temperature has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Damn right.
Hey, Hajime, take a look at this. What?
Huh?
Look what's in front of the door. This is a drumstick, right? Looks like it's been broken. What happened to it?
Like...
If something like that's in front of the door, you think it might be a really big clue. Why would this be a clue?
Hey!
Remember when we came to the music venue? If it won't open, the only thing we can do is for... Oh, it's a locked room mystery. Okay, this tells me the last thing that happened is that Ibuki tied up Yoko and then killed herself. If it won't open, the only thing we can do is force our way through. I wonder if it's going to be possible with the four of us. Yeah, okay. The door was locked when we tried to go inside. Okay, so it was barricading the door. And the four of us charged into the door. But when I examined it, I found out that this door doesn't have a lock at all. Huh?
I get it.
This door is designed to be pushed open, and this is the shape of the handle. If a stick was used to bar the door here, well, don't you think it would lock the door and keep it from opening? You mean you think the drumstick was used to lock the door? The broken drumstick on the floor in front of the door should have been proof of that. I don't get why they didn't just kill Ibuki, though. Ibuki would have been just really easy to kill. Like, really easy. Like, absurdly easy. She just follows your instructions, right? How's the killer able to get out?
Huh?
I mean, the music venue doesn't even have windows. This door is the only entrance. I'm worried that it's Mikan as well. Because Mikan was acting out of character. I think it might be Mikan. Yeah. Let's say Mikan got the disease. What does that do to her? It makes her violent and amorous. So what does she do? She murders a person and lays in bed with someone else. That gets her an alibi. Hajime. But only because we think the murder didn't happen yet. If the murder happened much earlier, why would she need to kill two people? This music venue is not the only... doesn't even have windows. This door is the only entrance. If they locked the door from the inside, the killer wouldn't have been able to escape outside. Maybe the killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue. And they waited until we were already at the scene of the crime to join us.
I get it.
You know, don't they use tricks like that a lot in mystery dramas and stuff? If that's the case, there might be evidence of that somewhere around here.
Damn it.
Alright, I'm definitely going to find it. Won't let the killer get away with this. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue, huh? Like you said, it might be possible, but...
I've listened to the whole story.
I heard what you two were discussing. Chiaki, that was kind of a cool entrance. Not now.
Well?
Besides the broken drumstick, I've also discovered something interesting. What is it?
See?
There's a weird glob where the right and left door touch, see? You're right, what is this? It's too firm to think it's rubber.
Yep.
Doesn't look like rubber, but... as she said, that... Chiaki bent down and scraped off the semi-transparent glob with her finger. Why are you putting it in your mouth? It smells like workshop chemicals. Workshop? And there's chewiness. I see. This may have been a glob now, but that doesn't mean it was a glob from the start. For instance, if it was originally a liquid that hardened into this, it might be possible to apply it directly and smoothly in the gaps of the door. What are you talking about? Just as I thought, it tastes nasty. Chiaki spat the glob out of her mouth, the glob even, and left the area. Besides that bit about the taste, it's okay to consider this some kind of clue, right? Semi-transparent glob has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. There's a door that says staff only. Might as well investigate here too. Ah. She was hidden. There's carpeting, wallpaper, and paint on the shelves. It's probably used for stage directions. This thick black paper that's been folded up on the lower shelf looks like wallpaper. There are a lot of stickers pasted all over the front side of this wallpaper. The edge of this wallpaper looks a bit torn, but what does it mean? Why is that not a clue? You can see your whole body in this full-length mirror, probably used for checking costumes. With a mirror this big, it'd be easy to check how you look. Nagato, did you come here to investigate this storage room too? I just wanted to confirm what you were thinking. Is that it? Or are you trying to stand guard here?
Hey,
So how about it? Did you find any clues? The tipped over step ladder on the stage and the duct tape binding Hyoka. They probably all came from the storage room. There might be other things from the storage room that they used for the crime. You always pretend to give me hints, but in the end you're just going to be on the killer's side, right? I'm not siding with the killer, you know. I'm just on the side of whoever acts in the name of hope. That's all there is to it. So let's drink some cold tea.
but...
That's the main reason why this case is really special. Huh?
Man,
But I can't say for certain though. What is this guy saying? As usual, he's not making any sense.
Hajime.
By the way, Hajime, I still don't quite understand the details of what happened.
Right?
Hey, if you can explain it to me in detail, I think I'd be able to give you some more useful information. Really, you might end up confusing us again. You don't want to find the truth, you just want to make us suffer.
How mean.
That's not true. I'm doing this because I believe it's for everyone's sake. Oh well. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'll gladly become the enemy. And I won't even mind if I die.
Damn it.
That's the main reason why. I can't overlook this case this time. Huh? What does that mean? Regardless, I guess you're not going to tell me, huh? Then it can't be helped. I guess I'll rely on my own gut feelings. Gut feelings?
Hey,
You should come by later, too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously the movie theatre. Obviously. After he said that, Nagato walked out of my sight. Movie theatre? Why the sudden interest in the movie theatre? I guess that everything's important in the storage room. That's everything that's important in the storage room. I guess I should go back to the music venue. So I'm saying, I don't know why they won't let us pick up that as a clue. But I'm saying, they wrapped her up so I couldn't see. She was dead underneath the wallpaper. Alright, with this, we might be close to finish investigating the music venue. But I still need to talk to Mikan. I need to make sure I get those autopsy results from her. How about it, Mikan? Have you found anything out by now? To tell you the truth, it's been very inconclusive.
You got it wrong!
But it's not my fault. The music venue's just too hot. Because of the heat. I can't estimate the time of death. Because of the heat? Is that possible? If a body's overexposed to heat or cold, you won't be able to determine the precise time of death. I see. That might have been the killer's goal. They covered up the time of death by using the heater to make the inside of the music venue hot. But that's weird.
But...
Even if the heat's the killer's doing, is there any reason for them to cover up the time of death? I agree. As long as I saw it, it should be clear what order the murders occurred. She might not remember. First was... No! Wrong way round. First was Hiyoko, then was Ibuki. And as long as this is an imitation murder, there shouldn't be any mistaking the order of the murders. Huh? Imitation murder?
Huh?
You don't know, Hajime. I thought everyone already knew.
See?
It's a murder where the killer uses creative work, like a song or a film, as the outline for their killings. It's so common in detective novels, mangas and video games, that you start to get annoyed by it. So you mean, what, literally the last murder that we had? Which was an imitation of what happened in the game. How would an imitation murder be related to this murder? Well, based on the killing order and the way they were killed, it's clearly an imitation of that movie. That movie?
Good instincts.
The assumption is an imitation murder is the reason why the killer killed two people. The goal was an imitation killer. Even so, why did they feel the need to do something like that?
Do you have a minute?
Excuse me, if this really was an imitation of that movie, then is it possible that one more person might have been killed?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
It is certainly conceivable that the killer wishes to complete the imitation. Hold on a sec. What are you talking about? An imitation murder? One more person might have been killed? Are you guys worried that there's gonna be another victim? Then no worries! Alright. So, this actually is a little bit annoying. So, in the first game, they did a weird thing where the size of the mallets increased, and the game assumed that you'd go, oh yeah, they just kept increasing size, like somebody would do that. So, this is why this has annoyed me. The reason the killer had to kill two people was so they could do them out of order. And the movie, which we're about to go see, is to reinforce the fake order. Anyway, are you guys worried that there's gonna be another victim? Then no worries! Things would get out of hand too fast if a bunch of people could get killed at once. I'm a real cautious fella, so I prepared a perfect countermeasure. Ahem. On this killing school trip, the same blackened can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
Huh?
You mean you've added another rule?
Yep.
Well, if killing everyone at once is okay, the blackened would be able to secure an easy victory, right? This new rule would prevent that. Make sure you slam it into your tiny brains. If it is a maximum of 2 people, then there will not be any more killings. Oh yeah, and that's more than one person did it. Since you're here anyway, can I ask you one more thing? You know, I just want to confirm one of the class trial rules. I see. As expected of you, you're very strict about games.
Perhaps.
I don't want to consider the possibility at all. She's going to ask about more than one people doing it. And I don't even want to think that someone would do this. If 2 cases occur at once, what happens if there are 2 killers?
Huh?
So...
Like I said, I'm talking about the possibility that Ibuki and Hiyoko were killed by 2 different people. That would mean 2 killers exist at the same time, but we could only vote for one person, right?
I am concerned.
If we can only choose one based on the majority vote, then the other person could certainly achieve victory.
Yep.
You're right, yeah.
See?
So what happens in that case? What about a case where there are 3 incidents instead of 2, or 4 incidents that overlap one another?
Silence!
Shut up! It's okay, I'll make extra sure something like that never happens.
Hey.
Meaning, 2 killers can't exist at the same time. So it's safe to say that applies to this case too, right?
Wow. I don't like this.
Alright, fine. That's right. There's always one killer at any given time. Even if they had an accomplice, I'd have you figure out who the mastermind is.
This is kind of depressing.
Man, I ended up giving you a huge hint. She made me say it. Gamer brains are not to be underestimated. I should just shut up and go back to my cave. I see. So there's no possibility for 2 killers to exist at the same time. Not quite true. There just needs to be a mastermind. With this, I guess that narrows things down a little.
Yep.
That makes things a little easier.
Fine.
Plus, if the same killer can kill a maximum of 2 people,
Taste your powerlessness!
it means the 3rd victim would be impossible. Imitation murder breakthrough. You guys keep saying that, and it sounds so strange to me. What do you guys mean by imitation? Could it be you haven't seen it? Seen it? Seriously? Seen what?
So...
Like I said, that movie.
Oh my!
When we first explored the island, Monokuma was passing out invitation tickets. Then the imitation is...
Good instinct.
Of course, it's an imitation of that movie.
Well?
Okay, so my idea about them being hypnotized was obviously wrong. Well, based on the murders this time, it closely resembles that movie, as if they were copying it. As if they copied the movie. I see, Nagato mentioned something about that. Then it can't be helped. Yeah.
You...
I see, you haven't seen it still. It's not too late, I think. It's probably a good idea if you watch the movie before the class trial starts. Looks like I need to do that. Then I should get going too. There are other places I want to investigate. Where do you intend to go next, Chiaki? Probably the hospital for sure. The first victim, Ibuki, was there. I don't know what was going on at the hospital in the first place.
You are right.
Thanks to the despair disease, we could not go for some time. She's right. It might be good for me to investigate the hospital too. There might be some clues related to Ibuki's death. The clues related to Hiyoko's death. I should try going over to the motel. There's still a lot of things I can do before the class trial. I'll definitely give it my all until the end. So hang on. Hey, are you okay? You're still not feeling well? Yeah, I don't really get it, but I think when I think about Nekomaru, it's like my knees start shaking.
That's weird.
There's no way I've got that kind of weakness. I'd probably go away if I battled a strong dude, but Nekomaru's not here. Nekomaru will definitely come back. You're right. Right, I'm gonna let you go. I didn't realise we'd spend an hour in the music venue. I've been John Foxing with John West. I've been having a Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair Adventure. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.